What's up guys, Tyler at RCMadness. Got something real cool to show you today, something I'm really excited about, and of course I'm sure you already know because you've read the title, obviously, because I have to put it in there. But it's something I'm super excited about because I actually drive one of these as the real version of the truck, and I was insanely excited when this came out for obvious reasons, and that's of course the Sen Racing, the new F250 Super Duty. Mine doesn't have these rims and lights and all that fun stuff on it, but the body is basically the exact same, so I was super excited about that. But that's enough about me. Let's check out this truck. Obviously it's coming in two colors here. We got that blue and that orange. I don't even know which one I grabbed. I was so excited, I just grabbed it and ran right down here with it. I don't even know if it says, to be honest with you. It'll be a surprise, don't even worry about it. So I'm gonna obviously bring you guys over, look at the box, see what's the same, see what's different between this and the 450, other than obviously the single wheel in the back. But I'm assuming there's going to be quite a few similarities, but even just peeking at the box here, I'm seeing quite a few different things, and I'm super excited about it, so let's check it out. Alright guys, like I said, we'll take a quick look at the box here. Like I said before, orange and blue. It's kind of a lighter blue color. I did look at the box real quick before I moved the camera there. It is marked on the bottom side here. This is in fact an orange one, which neither one of these colors is the color that my truck is. It's actually just a gray color. But hopefully they'll come out with a clear body so I can do it up. But nonetheless, looking pretty cool in both colors. Not too bad there. The front, we got some underglow lights. Looks like the blue one, they might both be white, but on the box looks like that's blue, and this is kind of a white light, but it does say RGB, so maybe we can change them all. Alright, so on the back here, we'll go to the side because that's upside down. On this side here, if you can kind of see it, we got, it looks like a 550 motor brushed. Textured bed. Looks like we have some D-rings with some relatively cool bumpers. The bumper does have some lights in it here, but I don't know if it actually has lights in it. Maybe just spots for it, but we'll check that out. Just some lift kit, and we got a high efficiency transmission with changeable low or high gearbox design. So that's going to need some investigation. I'm not sure there. The 450 did have plastic gears, which I'm assuming this still is, but that being said, they were still fairly decent transmissions as long as you didn't go too buck wild with them. Shocks are looking a little nicer on this truck. 110 millimeter piggyback shocks. I'm assuming they're fake piggybacks because the real ones are a real pain at this size to even work with, so I actually prefer the fake ones, but they look pretty cool. Then we'll flip it over. Got to do a full rotation here. On the back side, kind of a look at the chassis. If you have a 450 or have seen the 450, it's pretty much a very similar rail chassis design. Tranny drive shafts look the same. Nothing too crazy here. About to be expected, but they do list quite a few hop-up parts along the bottom, so it looks like you'll be able to do some cool things to it here. I'm seeing some black rims, chrome, of a bronze color, so that's cool. All kinds of aluminum parts, CVDs, spools, I'm guessing some suspension pieces, diff covers. Some pretty cool stuff you can kind of do to it there. Not seeing a lot of different color options. I know the 450 they had black and red. So maybe they just didn't list it, but we'll investigate that some more. So pretty standard stuff here. I'm curious about the wheelbase on this truck, see if this body will fit other models, but just in judging by the box here, looks like it might be a little longer than a regular scale truck, so I'll grab a TRX4 and we'll check that out real quick. So nothing too out of the ordinary. Brushed electronics, simple servo, basic radio. It's mostly a show type vehicle like the 450, but that's about what we expected. Nothing much else on the box there, so we're gonna go ahead, crack it open and see what it looks like. Alright guys, we got her out of the box. Of course, coming with some instruction packets here. We'll talk about that real quick. Nothing too crazy here. Looks like just some basic instructions for the remote, a couple stickers, a little bit of tools in the bag, and We got the manual for the truck. Actually, I'm gonna pop this open real quick because it looks like it comes with some stickers here. All right, those are just the forged stickers in there. I was wondering what that might have been. Nothing too wild, pretty normal stuff for most ready-to-run models. So no surprise there. Truck comes just like this, pulled it right out of the box. Looks like they got the radio sitting right in the bed here with some packing tape. So we'll get that out of there. This is, I believe, the same radio they used on the 450. It did the job. It was nothing too special as usual, but most ready-to-run radios aren't. It's a little weird to use. There it is. I'm not even sure what they're calling it. Amp 30 from Sen. It feels all right. Like I said, it does the job. Nothing to write home about, in my opinion. But as long as you take relatively decent care of it and don't bang it around, I think you'll be just fine. But who cares about the radio? Really, we're here to check the truck out. We'll go ahead and peel this stuff off. Got our saran wrap up like some cookies. And here we go. Alright, initially, without even taking the body off, the color. It's got a little bit of a metallic to it, which I'm assuming the blue probably does too. It's not as bright of an orange as I thought. It's definitely on the darker side, which is actually kind of nice. Sits pretty good, actually. Suspension feels real nice. I was kind of concerned because to me, when I looked at the box, the wheels seemed kind of small for the lift kit, and I was like, it looks kind of goofy to me. But once I get it out here in person and sitting kind of on its own weight, it's really not too bad. And this looks like it's got they're kind of like a grayish. They're not really quite black, but honestly don't look too bad. So it looks pretty good here. We'll give you guys a tour here. Bumper with the D-rings, feel pretty solid. Little wiggle to them, nothing bad. Looks like it's still got the same hitch and stuff as the 450, so you can definitely just put that ball drop hitch on it. I put that on mine. Another side, got nice scale mirrors to it. And the front bumper, no D-rings, but we got scale hooks. And those are there's not lights in there, but they are buckets, so you can't put LEDs in the fog lights there for the bumper. So they definitely left you room to do that. The suspension setup is definitely a little crazy here. Now I'm looking at it. We definitely have to take the body off and look at that. That's pretty sick. But the body looks great. Maybe that 110 Rod Shop light kit. I did that on a 450. Hopefully that'll fit on the 250 because I love the cab lights and the front grille that he has. They're really awesome, and the mirror lights, which I'm definitely gonna have to do because my truck has all those. So that's pretty sweet. Body's awesome. I can tell you right off the bat, the wheelbase is definitely longer than a standard TRX4 by, I'm guessing, at least an inch or two. So definitely not going to fit on a regular wheelbase TRX4. For those of you that are just interested in the body, which I'm assuming they're going to sell separately, if not already listed. So it looks pretty sweet. We'll go ahead and pop the body off. Some crazy stuff going on with the suspension. Alright guys, the body is off. Motor looks a little bigger than the 451, which I believe it is a 550, not a 540. We got this crazy servo setup in here. I'm probably gonna have to take the camera off the tripod to check this out. It's pretty insane, probably the longest servo horn I've ever seen. So I'll take you off in a second and check that out. But just a close-up of the truck. Pretty standard ladder frame suspension. Shocks feel really good actually. So not too bad. Double links. Looks pretty beefy. I'm gonna pop you off so you can check out this servo. It's real weird. Alright guys, we're freestyling with the camera now. Check out this servo horn. It's gotta be at least 1.5 inches long, down to what looks like, I don't even know how I'm gonna show you this, but on the front axle here, this piece here, when the suspension compresses, it pivots side to side, so there's no sway in the axle, and it goes up and down. And it does have what appears to be a sway bar here too. So it's actually a really solid setup, and the shocks feel really good. So it doesn't have much articulation, which is not what they were going for, so it's a little more realistic, which is pretty cool. So I'll give you a little close-up here. It's like the battery tray just twists opens up like that. So you can fit quite a few different batteries in that one. The rear end, same deal. There's those wheels and tires. Oh, mind my microphone getting in the way. So pretty cool. The suspension setup's pretty wild. I haven't seen anything like that before. So kudos to Sen for this one. Looking like a pretty awesome truck. Not a bad build. Alright guys, so all in all, the Sen 250 truck here is pretty sweet. Body looks great. Good scale features, some pretty cool components on the axles. I'm super excited to do my own build of this. For all the local guys, I will have this out on display. Come down, check it out. It's pretty awesome. Might be even messing around with it when they're out there scaling. I'm assuming it drives pretty much the same as the 450 if that's something you guys already have. It's nothing too impressive to drive around, but it's pretty awesome the way it looks. Got some decent plans for this one with a clear body, so it's pretty cool. I did, just for you those are curious, just to wrap up the video here, I did in fact grab a TRX4 just so you guys can see them side by side. It's a lot longer, as I anticipated there. You can see the rear end, it's basically a whole tire length, and that's wheel nut to wheel nut right there in the front end. So yeah, it's a good few inches longer. So the body is going to be pretty much, oh, we don't want that one, pretty much going to be for this truck, unless you want to make a custom frame for it. So all in all, solid truck. Can't wait to modify it. The Sen stuff is pretty cool. Keep it rolling out, Sen. Awesome trucks. Love the Fords. I'm a Ford guy, but might be cool to see a Chevy 2500 or something like that too. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.